What's up guys, Bluddshed here, bringing you a PTR huge update video. This is slated for season 25 and patch 2.7.2. It's been about a week now. We've been grinding on the PTR, finding out all kinds of bugs and problems, and today we get our first balance wave of fixes right before the weekend, so that's awesome. I will be streaming on Saturday, that'd be 11/13, November 13th, in the morning, doing some more testing, trying to get some more hours in on the PTR before it goes down. If you could like the video, I'd really appreciate it as it helps the YouTube algorithm. The first thing, they fixed a bug where rank 2 soul shard affixes values could sometimes change after being socketed. Yeah, this is a bug some people were getting. Fixed a bug that allowed players to equip 2 lesser soul shards. Okay, so that was the one where you can have the dual wielding. I've been talking about it on my videos. You know, some people are testing with 2 gems and it was really messing up the leaderboard clears and all that stuff. So this is the first bug that they fixed. Updated the possible range of all res to 55 to 62. Updated the possible range of armor, rank 2, 375 to 390. So all this stuff were just like little bugs. This is the huge one right here, not allowing people to use 2 soul shard gems in their weapons, right? That's pretty big. So this is today, 11/12. In addition to fixing several bugs that resulted in some soul shard powers being much more powerful than intended, we've redesigned and balanced several soul shards to give more competitive options when choosing the right soul shard for your choosing, right? The first one, the Terra Gem. So this has big implications because this is what pretty much everybody used across the board, right? Updated the Terra Gem, so now it is 25 instead of 75 increased damage, right? So this is a huge, this is about 2/3 weaker, you could say, right? It got cut down by 2/3. It's still competitive to be the best gem. Now it's like in line with the other gems, right? That's how good it was. So we did some testing with it and it's still really good. So everybody kind of comes down a little bit, but the tier lists are still there. So like we went through and tested, like Frenzy Barb did a 115 with 800 Paragon, 25 legendary gem levels, and the new Terra Gem, right? So the Frenzy Barb went down a little bit. Every build kind of followed suit, right? But they're really, really good. And then you can see we have like Lon Hoda also did about a 10-minute 115. So all those like 120 builds with bare bones. The A tier isn't doing that anymore. The A tier is more around the 115 to 120 range with 800 Paragon, and then the S tier is like the 120 to 130 range. So that's like Inna's right now. So you can see let me bring up Inna's just to kind of show you the crazy difference here. It's like Inna's. So like we did a 120 with Inna's in 5 minutes with only 1 single gem, right? So they nerfed it, so you can't put 2 gems. And this is the updated. So they wiped the leaderboard clean, if you're wondering. Yeah, everything's wiped. We had to redo our clears today. So now the Terra Gem right here. So Inna's is really crushing it. I haven't done a video because I'm waiting for the final patch notes. I don't want to just put the video out and then it gets changed completely, right? But there's a lot of builds that are doing well. All the builds that we put videos out on are good. Like everything is still really good. Like even the Demon Hunter, all that stuff, it's locked in because I purposely tested on a low parameter. So now they're still performing really well. So like Shadow, we did a 115 in 6 minutes and 53 seconds, right? So really like 6,000 main stat, right? So our videos are good, our builds are good, and they're still gonna get tweaked and all that before the patch goes live. So TLDR, this got nerfed, but it's still a competitive option, if not the best option in a lot of cases. Reduce the power of Terra's rank 3 Ring of Fire. So this is the big bug number 2 that they fixed. The Ring of Fire was one-shotting Rift Guardians. If you guys saw my other update video, one-shotting 150 Rift Guardians. We tested it and it seems to be normalized, but it needs more testing. It seems to be fine. And it's required to do 100 to proc, right? It seems to be fine, but I haven't seen it scale all the way up to 150 yet. So right now it looks like they did a good job. They're just destroying these bugs, getting everything patched and updated and ready. Also, because everything seems to be so expedited, it really makes me think that they were going to get the season before Christmas because they came in like a wrecking ball and just added all this stuff in 1 week only on the PTR. I don't think normally we get this many updates. So it's good to see, okay? The Fragment of Destruction, added Fragment of Destruction rank 3. When you apply Mark, you increase your movement speed, max 10 stacks. So they added this affix to Mark to make it more of a speed. Also, you can add it more for speed builds too. And they removed increase the duration of Mark to 10 seconds. So they removed this one, they added this one. It's fine. It's a fine change. I like the more options, I guess. The Sin Soul Shard, they updated a base power. You deal 25% less damage when you kill 50 enemies. You spawn a pool of blood that increases the damage done to elites by 150. Lasts 15 seconds. They also added another affix. You gain additional Rift Progress Score orb when you kill an elite pack. So this would be good for like speeds. So now if you kill an elite pack, right, you get an extra progress orb. So this would be good maybe for speeds, or I guess, right, for like maybe T16 or like speed running rifts, or maybe at a high level too, when you don't need the damage, maybe you would use it. It's interesting to have different options available. Removed Stain of Sin rank 3. So now the one that freezes is now gone, which it didn't really matter that much. I mean, I guess like a Necromancer could have used it, or somebody that needs the mobs to be crowd control could have used it. There was an affix that negated elite affixes. Now they include Wormhole and Electrified. So now if you're in there, you can't get teleported out of it, which is pretty cool. The Dreg of Lies got a whole complete rework. There's a lot of numbers here, and I don't want to just read this off and confuse you guys. So this is a pet gem now, right? So there are some Innis builds using this. Some Innis builds are using the other gems, so we don't know where the meta is going to land on. But yeah, your pets deal 50% increased damage. Wow. Each time your pet hits an enemy, your damage is increased by 1% for 5 seconds. This stacks up to 100 times. When you reach 100 stacks, it quickly resets to 0. So it's kind of like, Shenlong in a way. Killing an elite enemy reduces your active cooldowns by 5 seconds. This is on the Drag gem, okay? So maybe like even Helltooth Guard can come back a little bit. Maybe like, all these like other pet builds, that... obviously, Innis is a pet build. Marauder is a pet build, technically. They removed some stuff, removed. So these are gone for better ones. So now it's a pet gem. So that's, just think of it like that. This gem fixed a bug with Remnant of Pain, passability power that caused collision issues with Mystic Ally. I haven't experienced this, but it's good to see. So the Anguish Gem is the orange one in your weapon. This is the one where we put poison on it to proc and things like that. This was probably the second most popular gem that we had. So now they updated it. Every time you deal poison damage to an enemy, your cooldown, movement speed by 2.5%. It used to be 5%. So they cut this in half. So, normally we'd have like at least 50% cooldown. Now it's like 25. You can get another affix where it increases your stack size to 15 though. So it's pretty solid, but it's not like the de facto choice anymore. Like I'll probably still use Dawn on my God DH now. I was considering maybe dropping Dawn, but now with the nerf here to cooldown, I might just leave it as is. Fix the bug that caused Essence of Anguish. It's good though. Let me just cycle back to here. Because of how powerful it was, you were having a lot of immune builds, right? If you had like 90% cooldown, right? So now we had perma Spirit Walk, perma dodge abilities. You're able to keep up like your Blood Rush armor full time. Your wizards, when they teleport, they get a buff. You're able to keep up so much, right? Perma, Land of the Dead, all that stuff. Now it's pretty close to perma. So you might be able to build around it a little bit better. Okay, fix the bug that caused Anguish rank 3 Death Blow. So here's the big bug number 3. The Death Blow effect would just boom, and it'd be like a big explosion, and it would just kill everything like the Ring of Fire did. So this was another broken thing, and we tested it, and they 100% normalized it to where you can still use it. We were using it in our God DH, and it felt good, but it didn't feel overpowered. I think this is here to stay as is. It feels pretty balanced. So that's a really good change. So already here, we're not even halfway through the patch notes, and we've had like 3 or 4 major bug fixes. So props to the devs for listening to the community. And we don't want the season to launch in a bad state. So this is great. Okay. Fix the bug that caused the Death Blow to not trigger consistently. Rank 3 death blow effect to not synergize with Sever. So here's another bug. This was interacting with Sever unintentionally and causing just massive damage. And a lot of people that were doing 150s were also using this. So yet another huge bug that they took away. This is so great, man. This is such a good patch. Added a buff bar icon to track the stacks. So now you can see your stacks on the screen. Just for future reference, Blizz, we always want this. We don't have add-ons in D3. We always want all the information, all the stacks of everything. I want everything tracked, that's even possible to be tracked. Updated the tooltip to clarify that only the player attacks can trigger the effect. Cool. This is interesting. Updated Depth Digger's legendary power to work with all primary skills. So now when you play like Londok, you don't have to use the rune that regenerates life back, which is nice, or anything, right? All the spider set, primary skills work. This works for all classes. So this is really good across the board. Little quality of life change. We wanted to buff the Barbarian's Hoda playstyle without putting power into a specific set. Okay, this has already been there. Okay, so the spider set got redesigned. It's doing pretty well. Okay, so we'll go through the changes. So now the 2-piece got scrapped. Now the 2-piece, you summon a permanent Spider Queen connected to you by an infested thread. Enemies caught in the thread are infested. Corpse Spider attacks against infested enemies inflict the same damage to all infested enemies. The Spider Queen is commanded to move to where you cast your Corpse Spiders, and Corpse Spiders now spawn with health. So this is an interesting mechanic to try to tag them with this thread. It's still too new to say if I like it or not. It is what it is. A lot of people love this mechanic already. I'm gonna get back. I'll probably do an Arcure video when I'm ready. When I want to get a full at least 24 hours of testing in before I make a rash decision on this. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. That way I can get maybe I get some perspective before I put more testing on it. They scrapped the 4-piece just like they scrapped the 2-piece. The Spider Queen now leaves behind web that lasts 15 seconds and slows enemies. Infested enemies remain infested while in the web. You take 75% reduced damage while in the web and for 4 seconds after. So we complained, and I hate the fact that you have to stand in the stupid web to get your damage reduction. There's so much things on screen. There's so much visual clutter. No other class in the game works like that, where you have to stand in something. Even DMO, you don't have to stand in the bubble anymore. Even DMO, right? So, but at least it lasts for 4 seconds after, so maybe you can do it's not as restricting. So there may be metas in the middle here. I appreciate it, but I still don't like it. We've reworked the Witch Doctor Arcure set as well as several legendaries within the Witch Doctor. With these changes, we hope to infuse more flavor and gameplay. Okay, cool. Corpse Spiders are no longer affected by crowd control effects. This is huge too for ease of use and general like them doing damage, consistent damage. Here's another banger, chat. Here's another, just listen. Updated Ring of Emptiness to benefit from all non-fetish pets. So Helltooth gets that big buff again. Corpse Spiders or pets, they get that big buff. Any kind of pet now gets this huge zombie dogs, everything, right? This is interesting. We never had this. We always wanted this, right? Updated the Triumph to better reflect functionality. The wording was really bad, so that's cool. Corpse Spiders can now benefit from pet buffs. Okay, so yeah, this is what I guess I read ahead, so this is the pet buff right here. Another huge buff. We added a new mechanic that should give it more active thematic play style. I agree. Additionally, we've given Corpse Spiders the ability to benefit from several items that buff pets, like the Mask of Jaram, the Tasker and Theo, things like that, esoteric. Demon Hunter. So they scrapped this part, the damage from it, and they put something on the Bombarder's rucksack. Cluster arrow damage. Boom. Right? You may have 2 additional sentries. So now the Marauder set, I'm glad I didn't make my video. We definitely tested it. It was just crazy. It's a crazy, insane multi-shot build. Now it is cluster arrow damage. It's performing really well right now. Also, let me just bring up the leaderboard for you guys. I can show you. Might as well show you so you don't have to even log in, right? So you have the Demon Hunter and Marauder. Right now people are doing 150 in 10 minutes and 42 seconds. Bear in mind, they reset the leaderboard, so this is with the new stuff, right? So this person is still using multi-shot with 2800 Paragon. Here's a 2300 Paragon with multi-shot. Okay, multi-shot. Damn it, Blizz. Can you just remove multi-shot from the set? Okay. Okay, here's a 1745. What do you got? 65, 144? 1765, 144. So that's a pretty good clear, right? And you can see the rucksack has now a cluster arrow damage on it. So it's a good step in the right direction. And then we can look at Witch Doctor with the new spider set. Looks like Woody got a 140 with 2300, and then this guy with 150, 4200. So here's kind of what the spider set looks like currently. But again, we'll do more testing. I'll get the guides out for you guys. We've adjusted the embodiment of the Marauder set to give some of its legacy functionality and shifted the power back to Sentries. Additionally, we buffed the Shadow's Mantle to make it more effective. Okay, so this is old. Fixed a bug with chemical burn, that's good. On 11-12 note, we added cluster arrow damage to Bombarder's rucksack, which should make cluster arrow builds with the reworked embodiment more appealing. Hopefully it's more appealing. The Necromancer Bones of Rothma redesign has not been as strong as, okay, this is old. I'm reading the old stuff. So Wizard. So let me show you. Wiz. I'll try to get all the videos I can. So Wizard is now a Flame Blade build. This is one of my favorite builds back when it came out. I have this build on my website, so you can check it out. But yeah, now it's a Spectral Blade build. So you basically apply the stacks really fast. I decided to go with, attack speed and all that stuff. Attack speed everywhere. So with 800 Paragon, 25 gem levels, you know the spiel by now. We did a 115, in 5 minutes and 34 seconds, which means we can obviously do a 120 with that crazy time. So Firebird's back, baby. It never really left. It was always really good, but it's back. They reverted the changes and they took off this. Pets cannot trigger the effect. So why am I using Flame Blades? Because I read ahead again, pets cannot trigger this effect. So now the mirror images aren't working, supposedly. But I think it's a bug where it's still working. We have to check. I think there's a bug where it's still working. So, but once everything settles, and then they patch out whatever bugs are left, it's going to be a Flame Blade, Spectral Blade, Firebird build, which is cool, man. It even says right here, 11-12, based on feedback, which was our feedback last season, by the way. We wanted only Flame Blades, right? We don't want the pets to do the heavy lifting. We want to lean into the fantasy of the player being a brawling battle mage. So that's pretty cool. And then a bunch of bug fixes. Oh, this is a huge one too. If you guys play Witch Doctor, fix the bug that prevented pets cast by the player not proccing Oculus Ring. So this was a thing that's been in the game for a long time. If you ever played Witch Doctor, a lot of times you would carry your own Oculus Ring because it was so annoying not getting that huge 85% multiplicative power that now is going to be more consistent. I love that, right? Fix the momentum bug buff with the God set. Fix the bug where LPS granted from Mantra of Healing wasn't being applied. All this stuff. These are all like old bugs too, man. They really went through and dropped the hammer. Maybe they were thinking about doing it for a long time. Mystic Ally, Earth Ally was not increased by the Crudus boots. Like this is a bug from last season. Now they fixed it. Fixed the bug where Fire Ally from attacking the Rift Guardian Perendi. This is all stuff. They did a good job with it. So props to Blizz for coming through, fixing things, making the game better. There's whatever last bugs that we find, just clean those up. And it looks like we're slated for a good season. I'm thinking the season's gonna start early December, maybe like the first or second Friday. So the 3rd or the 10th. The first or second Friday of December. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to go back, do some more testing. I'll be live tomorrow. Again, thanks for all the support. All the builds will be on my website. Just go to bloodshed.com. The link will be in the description. Once they're ready, once everything's dialed in, we're going to update it all and just blast it. I'm out of here. Peace.